Circle time is our way to say goodbye to the show and see you later to each other. We're supposed to see you for a little while. We start with freshmen, we go around the circle, and then we go to the sophomores, and we go to the juniors, and then the seniors talk last. And it's just a way of saying whatever it is you need to say to sort of bid this show farewell until the next one, okay? Thank people, tell people you love them, give us a word of advice, keep it clean, keep it nice. You can cry, that's fine. Keep it short.
No, I said cheese. Keep it cheese. Charlie cheese.
Also keep it short. Remember, there are a lot of us, and we do not want to be here until 7. Okay. Also, be quiet while people are talking. Okay. Everybody wants an opportunity to say goodbye in their own way, so it's really rude if we're talking while other people are.
While we're doing this, can we catch our programs?
As long as it's quiet.
Okay, which way are we catching?
Alright, so
What freshman wants to go first?
alright, we need to start with the freshman. Which freshman would like to start us off? Evan will.
Alright guys, well, at the beginning of this year, I signed up for this class called Computer Program, and I was really scared because it was at Central, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know this school, and like, I didn't know the other school either, like north of Central, so it was really scary because I had to get used to two schools. But then, in December, when we started the musical, I felt like I really started to get to know people. I've known the kids at North for a while now, and now I really started to get to know the kids at Central. Every morning, I would see you guys, and at first we didn't really know each other, but now I really feel like I know all of you, and I'd really like to say that I really feel welcomed in by everyone at both schools, and that I can really count on all of you to be really great friends, because I know there's a lot of you, but I know I have a special memory with each of you, and just those fantastic times in the musical we all put together in this. I want to thank you all so much for the wonderful experience and the wonderful memories you brought to my life.
Alright, who's going to cry first?
Austin too.
Alright, so I really don't have anything planned to say. I've never really sung and danced before at all, and this was like extremely fun for me, and I'm just really glad that I got to do it. That's all I have to say.
Not that we don't love the clapping, that's going to add like an hour to this. So let's just clap for all the freshmen at the end, and all the sophomores and all the juniors. Okay.
Alright. Well, this is my first musical, although it's most likely my second performance. My sister was at Central, and she was, I think, in one performance, and I was in the one act coming in, and you guys all were really great. It really was really an eye-opener, you guys at Central do your musicals, and, I've not really had the best, school life for many years, and, the drama was, the music was really great, and actually, have some good memories.
glad my friends would not because I didn't want to play. And I'm really
Okay, when I first came to Central, well, like when I was in 8th grade, I really didn't want anything to do with careers like because all my friends were going to war and I was really sad. And then when I came here, I really didn't know anyone, so I joined theater and I met lots of new people. And then after, like, I got to know them really well. And then this musical, I got to meet a lot of people from North. And I really feel that the school is like fun. I really enjoyed this musical.
Okay, so this would be my first like actual like play that I've done during just like full tech and actually going through the whole performance and not just being dragged in like I was during Miracle. And actually like I was really happy because it was North and Central, and so I got to see like all my sophomore friends and some of my freshman friends. They're actually going to probably be in the musical. I'm like, oh yay, this is going to be really cool. And then like I auditioned too, but like I really like wanted to be like a crew head, so I auditioned for that too. And I actually got to learn a lot of different like technique stuff, which is really cool. And scrolling left in my right ear so thin and snogging. Beautiful singing, by the way. And like just like finding like meeting different people and like making so many friends like throughout the theater and like just both North and Central. It's like been a really great experience, which makes me want to like stay in the theater program like all my high school years.
I've been doing theater for a long time now, but I honestly haven't really experienced theater in the best way. Coming from North, I know North does theater differently, but here at Central, and I got to experience that when I came here to be part of the musical. And even though I auditioned and I did BPS callbacks and wasn't a showgirl, I still got to be part of the crew, and that made me really happy. And I met so many people, crew, and actors, and I was very blessed to have this experience.
Well, this was really fun. I really loved my tech stuff, meeting people, making people,
Everything that I wanted to say has kind of already been said. So I just want to say that everybody did such a great job with this musical. Like, the actors did great and the techniques did too. And I just had a lot of fun with my friends from North and meeting new people. I'm happy to be involved with this musical.
Well, this is not my first musical or production, but this is really special because it's my first high school stage production, and I'm really happy to have it all of it and everybody who helped work on this. So it's really fun to be around here, and this is the highlight of my day for the past 2 or 3 months, and I've always been forward to this every single day.
This isn't my first theater production either, but I'm always astounded at how different each show feels. And this one on stage was it was different than anything I've ever been before. It was just, I can't really describe it, but something about the tension and the energy between all of us, and backstage too was just wonderful. So I thank you guys for that. And I also wanted to thank Jess for just kind of being my mentor this year, and I knew I could always ask her for help in theater, and she was my director for the one act, so she taught me a lot this year and changed the way I did the musical. Oh, thank you. Okay, hi guys. This is my first ever production with like everyone here, like I kind of like knew people, like I knew all of them, I like knew faces and names, but I didn't really like know their personality. I wasn't really friends with them, but like once we started this, like I like feel like I've gotten like a better connection, and like I feel like know so many more people now, and like I kind of makes me feel cooler.
Okay. I came into this and I didn't know anybody, and I didn't know how talented people were going to be, and I didn't know how nice they were going to be. But then I came in and everyone was so talented and so nice, and I was kind of like honored to be in a group with these people and say like, oh, I'm in a musical, and with so many other talented people in the musical. I kind of felt awesome saying I was a part of that.
Okay, I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I came into this thinking I have to do theater. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I have to do this. And every action I made, everything I did, everything I said, I was going to be judged. I was going to be casted on everything I did. And I realize now that theater, at least here, is not about that. We're all friends, we're all family. I'm so blessed to have met such great people. And I feel like I can be myself here. And it's just such a special place. And this show was just as special, so.
It's freshman.
Really go this far.
Who's next freshman?
I really enjoyed getting to meet all people from Central, and I really liked being a costume crew. I loved how close we got, and I wanted to thank all people in costume crew for being so open and fair and just being so nice.
Okay, so this isn't my first production, but it's one of my favorites so far because I like just moved to Drowsy a year ago, and even in 8th grade I didn't really find like who I was, and then I joined high school. I went to high school and I kind of figured like maybe I should join theater because I've always had a passion for theater, and I was still kind of on the list of kind of opening up to a new people, especially other people in Greenwood and North. And then I ended up working on tech for the first play, and I realized how open everybody was and how welcoming they were to like everybody, and it made me feel a lot better. And then at first I was kind of nervous to come to the musical because I didn't know how it was going to be because I really didn't know anybody at Central. And then I came, and now I really don't want to go because like I've made so many new friends, and it's going to be hard to like not be able to be with them, and like on Saturdays and Tuesdays. So yeah.
My turn. Okay. Well, I had a great time being on costume crew, and I love meeting everyone, especially Emily. She's going to be my friend forever, and I love spending my Saturdays and Tuesdays here, and I had a lot of great times, like wearing a bear suit and fixing the wigs with Emily and everyone else, and I'm going to miss this so much. Oh, Mr. Evans is here.
He's shaved.
I saw that. Oh, okay. I've been doing theater for a while, but doing theater here instead of like at middle school or elsewhere is like really different. It's so much more intense, and I really liked it. And then when I heard that North was joining us for the musical, I got really excited because I've got a lot of friends from North because I went to GMS and there was like this whole big split, and I was really sad during graduation. And now I'm kind of sad that I kind of have to say goodbye to my friends from North again. But I'm pretty sure we'll see each other again. And I also learned that sometimes you just have to let things go. So.
When I first started, I was excited. Then I heard I was working with Kyle, and I was excited. Evidently, he wasn't the same reaction. So. I'm kidding. But honestly, when I actually joined this was more than just a play. It was actually kind of a test because when I first started this whole year, I actually stuck an oath swearing that I would be in every play, like as small or big, no matter what. So, and I'm really excited. I've got to meet a lot of new people from North, and that is really pretty cool. I got to meet some old friends, and, well, yeah, that's pretty much it.
This year I started out and I didn't think I was going to do anything with theater in any sort of way. And then it just happened that one of my best friends was in a stagecraft class. And I said finally I had a chance to switch classes because of my big class change. And then I decided to take it, period. And then from there on I started to see why I like building things and see how cool everything is in any just doing production. And I'm so glad I finally even got to do something like this, because in our other schools we never did anything this cool or built anything, and it really helped me and showed me taught me a lot of stuff I needed to learn and stuff I know about myself now. And really glad to see this finally come out from our stagecraft class and designing it all and all that. I think it turned out great. Thanks.
I've been like doing theater since 6th grade, so of course I was going to join Central's theater group. But coming from Gilby's, I really did not know anybody except for like 2 people, like Casey and Catherine. But I realized that theater is more than just acting. It's a way for people like us to come together as a family. This is where I belong. This is where you guys exist. Thank you, guys.
Can everybody like project a little bit more on the sides? I feel bad.
Guys, pass the posters and programs around more quietly, right? Pick them up and move them. The sliding is very loud.
I just want to hear what everybody has to say.
All right, popcorn, John, your
So when I heard about this musical, I didn't really know what to expect because I never really heard of it. And then when I got a call back, I was kind of excited. But then when I actually got a part, I was really excited to get to work with Sam and Katie. And it was just fun getting to bond with them and like getting to be their friends and whatnot. And it's awesome to get to know every single one of you and having memories of each and every one of you. And I want to thank you all for putting up such a great show, checking this and cast, because we really did an amazing job.
When I first came to this musical, I didn't know much about it, but I had Andy over here to talk it out to me. He would not shut up. So, when I came into it, I kind of had my heart set on a certain part, and now really being part of theater, I didn't realize that curveballs would really come. I wasn't really expecting one. But when I got the gangster, I didn't really expect to do that part. And John, didn't really expect to be with him either, but we formed a really great bond from it, and I'd have to say that he's a really close friend now because of it. And a lot of the other bonds that I made are really special to me. And I have to thank this musical for it. And it was just a great musical, and I have to say, standing ovations are now my new drug. I swear that. Okay, that's it for me.
Maybe the first one to try it, I don't care. I came into this last year not expecting to join theater, I guess. I got here, and the only reason I even started theater was because I had no friends. true.
It's true.
God, I love you guys. So many good things came. Moving on. We had so much good times with screwed up hoes. I feel like the bonds we make here, like, I don't know, it's just, I feel like I could be friends with any of you guys, like, forever. It just means a lot to me, what you guys do. I know, it's like, I'm gonna be here for 2 more years, where am I crying? I don't know, if you guys would be me, we're gonna have a lot more fun doing crazy shenanigans.
Well, when I first heard about this show, in Stagecraft, I had every intention of coming out here on audition day and getting fun. And then audition day came and I didn't have a piece ready. And oops. So then I considered doing an interview for National Electrician, but I didn't, I should say. Like, we have that here. Anyway, moving on. This show, I mean, just absolutely after opening night, I was standing outside, there was a couple talking, they said it was even better than around the show. I mean, it was good. Guys, I want to thank all of you for the great time I had with the introduction. All of you people, everyone outside, they were all awesome, everybody. And this was just a great show. Really pass it over.
Okay, I wrote my notes. According to Cha-Cha, a family is a group of people sharing kinship towards others. I can completely relate that to all the people that I worked with for the past few months. I met some wonderful people this year, and I feel like I expanded my friendship with some others. And like I did this in my transition, and I couldn't get like all the seniors down, so I just chose to do that. Like I thought I was close to. So Gus Sherrod, you're one of the most talented singers and actors I've ever met in my life. And you're the only alto that I know can belt like a high F, and that's impossible for me to do. I'm going to miss you so much next year. Please never change your ways, because you are just incredible. And I'm going to miss you so much next year. Like, so much. You helped me through econ, and if you weren't there, I would probably be failing, and that would not be good. Rosina. You're sister, I swear, I can tell you everything and we can do the weirdest things. I will miss, your Disney princess voice so much. And every time I watch Enchanted, I think of you. And you miss our greatness, and especially your kindness. I love you. Okay. You're the most gorgeous girl I ever met. I love you so much. I'm Tony Daddy and Pink. You lose sexiness all the time. I swear you do. You're such an amazing dancer. You're so open to everything. Whenever I don't feel happy, I talk to you all the time. You always make me laugh. It makes me feel better. I seriously don't know what I'm gonna do with you. You're not gonna be here. And then, oh my god. Ariel. You are hilarious. There's never been a day when I haven't seen you and you haven't made me crack up. I get a Mr. Hilarity, and with your knowledge will probably be compared to like Einstein or some huge like, I don't know. I'm sorry for all the other speakers that I didn't mention, but each and every one of you have touched my life in your own way. Although I may not see you, my memories will never fade. You're magnificent, wonderful, spontaneous, and delightful. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You can take the actor out of the theater, but you can't take the theater out of the actor. The end.
So I remember sitting here last night in the audience and seeing the last show, and it was hard thinking I'm never going to see this the same way again with all these people, but I wouldn't have had it any other way because we all kicked butt in that last show, I've got to say. And I remember sitting in the dressing room with Portia, and we're sitting there and thinking, wow, this moment is going to be cherished because I'm not going to see these people, and I really have enjoyed every moment I've had with all of you. And even though I wasn't in the cast, every single one of you, I wish I would have got to know all of you better for our seniors. And I just want the seniors to know that I hope you don't think that when you leave this school that it will be the same because it won't. And it's going to be hard walking through this hallway next year. And knowing that you won't be there. But I've enjoyed every moment I had with all of you. And it was a great job.
Well, like so many people here know, I had a hard middle school, came here, didn't really know anyone, and then I really just needed like a role model, someone to look up to. And since I really had time to get to know the seniors last year, the seniors this year have been really close to me. And people like Zach, Sam, Connor, Kenny, and Jess, those are ones that I like came here and sort of looked up to. And I don't really know. I don't know what I'm gonna do next year. So if you guys have made such an impact on me, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Thanks.
Okay, so everyone is really awesome. They really are. Like, you go to meet these people and they're just so awesome. You make so many new friends, and like, you make relationships with other people so much stronger. And we really are a family. We can trust us that we really are a family, and everyone just loves each other. And we don't care if everyone's just different because we all are different. We're all like so special, and we're all so good at what we do. And I just love that. Thank you so much for just making this like high school the best ever.
I remember kissing Kate, either walking from Flywheel or hearing Jordan come in and tell me stories about the complete bizarreness that was going on backstage and on stage and mess-ups. And I remember thinking that I just really wished that I could have been a part of it, because I felt that I was more connected to a lot of the actors and to techies, and I made wonderful connections with techies, but then I felt that I had lost a lot of the relationships I had with a lot of the actors. And so I was started getting really excited for this musical, hoping that I'd make it in this year, and it would be a musical that I would know and I'd heard of and I could really relate to. And when I saw the Drowsy Chaperone up on the screen, me along with, I'm sure other people were like, what the heck is that? And honestly, the first thing that came into my mind was some
chaperone taking kids to a zoo that hadn't gotten to sleep the night before, and somehow a kid gets wound up eaten by an alligator or something, I don't know. So I was really hesitant on doing the show because I had no idea what was going on, and I didn't know if I had the same kind of relationships that I saw Jordan form and Allie form and a lot of the other freshmen were not sophomores, and even juniors and seniors. I didn't know if I would still be able to form those same relationships. And then after stagecraft and people forcing me to watch videos on YouTube, I was really enthusiastic for the show, and I can honestly say I was worried about how this would turn out because it was a show that no one had heard of, and we had such little time for it. I know for the other two, the 1X and the Miracle, we were working, I felt, sometimes the day before performance, still trying to get scenes done, and though Drowsy, molding was falling on us, and trees were crashing down around our heads and everything, it still turned out beyond anything I would have ever expected, and there's really no words can describe, how unexpected this all turned out, and how I ended up making, new relationships with people that I had not expected to talk to, really, and it's just been fantastic.
Alright, so I guess I'm next. Coming into the show, I've never done any theater before. I've only done dance performances. And coming in, I only knew Katie and my fellow showgirls, and I was really nervous that it would just be us showgirls together, and I wouldn't make any new friends or relationships. And coming out of it, I've made so many new friends from Central and North, and I'm just really glad I came and auditioned.
Okay, well, for the musical, I like it, because it actually can show people that I can dance. Last year, people didn't see that I was actually, such a good dancer. And then, I want to thank Katie for having me, joining and stuff. And then, it was really good.
Okay, so now being a part of theater, I just think I make this many friends. And you guys are so welcoming. You're someone who doesn't enjoy social. I don't see you guys are so welcoming. You guys are so nice. I've been so many new friends. I'm really grateful.
Awesome. So, I could say a big long speech about this and I could talk about it for a really long time. But what it would boil down to is a great job, and thank you for a really great time and for having lots of fun, and kudos to every single person who had anything to do with the show.
Well, it's kind of the same thing as Chaperone. When it first came up on the screen, I had no idea what it was about. But then, when all my friends talked to me about it, I started getting really excited, and I didn't see myself as the man in the chair at all, and so when I got picked for that part, I was really surprised. But then, when I started reading the script, I realized that this was more than a musical, and I'm sure a lot of you felt the same way. I felt like we could connect to it a lot more. I really like that about the show. Yeah. And then I also Ariel. I just found out that you were seeing it, and now I'm really sad. I don't think you can mention all the inside jokes we have, because I'm going to be appropriate. And then, Jess, I'm really, really glad that I got to do a show with you, other than just being Gosling and Hans together.
Okay, so there's this thing, I don't know if all of you have experienced it yet. It's called theater withdrawal. And I've experienced it more this show than any other show where I look at callboard and I'd be excited, rehearsal this week, and I'd see, check on Tuesday, check on Saturday, nothing in between. I'd be like, no, how am I going to get through this week? Because even though I read the script a million times, sang songs a million times, I still look forward to it every time because it's such a great show. And I don't know if all of you noticed this, but yesterday during the final power outage of As You Were in the Sky, someone's phone went off. And it took everything I had not to just bust out laughing or start crying, because it's things like that I love so much about theater. Just all the friends that you meet, like Anna and Rosina and Misty and Erin, just Jess, last year, I knew this sophomores, now juniors, and not so many seniors. This year, it's like, you're awesome. I love you. Wait, you're a senior. You're leaving. Dang it! And a few minutes ago, about now, actually, we walked into Tasteries. I'm like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not a crying person. And he starts talking and I start bawling. It hit me that my friends are leaving. And just, you guys, you're so much of who I am. Like, I spend more time here sometimes than at my own house. And I never want to leave. Like, rehearsals will end and I'll have like good 3 hours of homework to do. Be up till 1 in the morning. I don't care. I want more rehearsals. Because I love it so much.
Okay, so I don't think it's really hit me yet, but a lot of the people in the circle I won't see again, at least until next year, and some of them maybe never again. And I really think, I feel sad because it was a wonderful show, and I have so many fantastic experiences with costumes. And it was just really great. I had a fantastic crew, which I was actually really leery about at first because there were a lot of people from North who I didn't know. But just through the process, I was like, wow, you guys are amazing. And especially Brittany, you're like one of my best friends now, and you're really fantastic. And there's just so many interesting things that happened back there. That I'll never forget this show. It's gonna be one of my favorite memories when I'm like a crazy old lady.
Never have I cried so much after a show. Like, I literally cried for probably an hour, half an hour afterwards, and before.
That was because you're foot though.
Like in the fridge, under the set. I was doing my makeup. In the car ride home, and Lauren was like, Katie, why are you crying? Save that for circle time tomorrow. I'm like, Lauren, I have feelings, I'm crying. I've never been so emotionally attached to a show or like a character. I can't let go. Even today at lunch, Katie Rick was like, you did your hair and makeup like Kitty again today. I'm like, I can't let go. I can't say goodbye yet. And just being out in the hallway sorting screws for 5 hours yesterday and then coming in once and it was entirely gone. The whole set was just gone. Oh, it was scary. It's just so sad. Ritter, thank you for this amazing opportunity. This is my favorite show I've ever been in. It's first even to anatomy. And I like how even though I wasn't an understudy, I still had most of the script memorized. Just from hearing it so often. And I don't know, it was such an amazing show. Like, everyone put in 110% when it got down to it. And I don't know, it just took up so much of my life that now that it's gone, I don't know what to do with myself. I have a life again. Jess, she's getting so much shout outs today, like, you're so popular. But,
Janet Vandergraaf.
I just remember last year during anatomy, looking up to you just so much. I still do, of course, but that was when it started. But I remember one day at Tech or something, we just decided we became best friends as of that one day. And you told me I was your Jessica Schrock and you were my Abby Hackford, and it just made my life. I don't know what I'm going to do without you next year. You better come back and see more shows and keep in touch. You can text me once in a while. And, crap, I don't know what to say. Like, you just think about what you're going to say for circle time all day, well, at least I do, and then when it gets down to it, I have no idea what to say. Lauren, thanks for driving me to and from rehearsal every day. Same person. Megan Rio, thank you for teaching me Toledo and chemistry like every Friday night. Just thanks, guys. You made this experience wonderful. It was awesome.
Oh. Hi, I'm Bryce. Hi, Bryce. When I first heard about this show, as a lot of you, I didn't know what it was. So I asked Amanda Platt, and she's all like, "Oh, it's the show about this guy in a chair, and he likes this show." I'm like, okay. And I don't know why, but like just that, like I started thinking, like, what would the show be like? And then I talked to Kyle some, and well, I just thought of this awesome like design for the poster that I really, really wanted to do. And so I sketched one like really quick. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then I showed it to Amanda, and she's like, the man in chair is more gay. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I sketched it again, and I did it a lot, and I don't know, it just looked really cool. And then I'm like, I can't wait for the show to come out. This is gonna be so cool. And auditions haven't even started yet. And so then Miss Ritter saw it, and she really liked it, and so I got happy. So and so I drew a poster, and then I got halfway done, and then I realized I didn't like it. So then I redid it again, and it was awesome. And then there were too many eraser marks. And we couldn't get it in the computer without it looking weird. So then I went in the program, which is awesome, because I got to sign my name. Now everyone knows I drew it. Thank you, Miss Ritter. And oh my gosh, this show is just like absolutely spectacular. I could not believe how awesome it was that it actually came out to be. I was telling people that, like, I know I've told you guys that you need to come see the shows that we do, but this one's like nothing I've ever seen before. This is just awesome. And it's like just goes beyond the limit. It's hilarious. Just, you know, slapstick, and you got a lot of funny stuff in this show. And just all the people that I met. You guys are so awesome. I love all of you. All of you, I really, really love. You guys are awesome. I come here and I feel like I have a life now. And so, like, and another thing that, when you see that, like, maybe you got a smaller part that you didn't, like, really want, and you're hoping for something bigger, and then sometimes you're intimidated by the people who are just so amazingly brilliant that they're able to get the big parts. And so then over time pass, as you get to know those people, you really realize that, like, that you're just all like one family. Like, we're all just so sweet to each other, and everyone's so nice, and you just come up to talk to anyone, and they'll put a smile on my face, and we'll have some laughs and stuff, and it's like, yeah, no one's greater than anyone else. We're just like so awesome together, and that's what I really like about theater. And this is my favorite show, by the way, of all time, like times 10 and a half. And so yeah, I really, really, really look forward to doing more shows with you, people who are staying, and I'm really, 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 really gonna miss.
Open up and it's like a hidden door, and I'm like, I don't get this. And I didn't really get it up until we started making the set model like 2 days before we're supposed to turn it in. But it was still a lot of fun, and now once we started actually working on the full thing, it was pretty incredible to see it. and to see like all these like all the new freshmen and all the people who aren't freshmen but new to theater, to see them here and to work with them. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I'm also glad that we got to do this with Central because last year I made a lot of new friends, and I'm glad I got to see them again. Because at North, we don't really come over here and like work with them to see them often. And so that was quite an experience, and now I'm going to miss them until we start it again next year. And also for the seniors, because last year, like Scroggins said, he didn't really get to know the seniors last year, but this year we got to know them a lot more, and I'm really going to miss them. They have been like a role model for me, like, especially like Kenny. I don't mean to single anybody out, but yeah, he was kind of like a role model to me. So I'm really going to miss all of them, and I really hope you all come back again next year, just like to a rehearsal or a tech day, or just even to come see the show, just to say hi and talk with you guys. So I hope you really enjoyed the show, and as much as I didn't, I'm going to miss you. That's all I got to say.
Okay, my voice is gone, so it might be a little short. I just wanted to start off saying thank you to Twitter for inviting me in the show. And at first, when I came here, I was like, oh man, I don't know anyone. I'm gonna sit alone. It's gonna be great. But then, as it came more and more, I've met new friends everywhere, and it's like, oh my goodness, theater is a place like to make friends and for them like to be with you forever and stuff like that. I just remember the memories at first, just like Toledo. We first learned it, we're like, oh my God, how do we do this on stage? This is horrible. And just like the memories backstage, just laughing so much, taking pictures and just everything. And then it came down to the memories like, oh man, it's almost over. And then it just like, kind of like it was hard. And this was the first show or musical I've ever been in. And it was just hard knowing that it's like almost over. Like every time, like I'll be like, it's Friday, oh, 2 more shows left. It's Saturday, oh, 1 more show left. And then like Sunday came. And it was just like, I came in like sad. But then like when it started, I was like, why am I sad? You know, like this is a place like I should be so grateful for like the memories that I have. And I just wanted to thank everyone for inviting me in. And I love you all. And that's it.
So I am a cheese ball, and I have cried every single circle time I've ever done. And I've told everyone today that I'm not going to do it. I don't know if I'll be keeping that promise, but I am really proud. Dang I'm really proud of everyone because I feel like a lot of people didn't know this show, and a lot of like in the community, and even in this within theater, and it's hard to do a show that doesn't have a reputation because people aren't just going to go see something that they've heard nothing about. And so I feel like we really came together, and the turnout for the show was just amazing. And like Tricia said, on Sunday, I was feeling really sad about a lot of things. And then at the last number, I just felt so close with everyone. And I realized how good of an experience this is. And I didn't want it to end. And then like Katie, I came in after like a long day of tech and everything was gone. And then it hit me. But I'm not sad about it. I'm happy because I've made so many new friends. And I've become closer with friends than I thought I had lost. And I'm just really proud of everyone and that we came together. theater is family. And in theater, you care about everyone. And you're always there for someone. And I just want to say thanks. And dang it, I cried. That's it. I forgot. Okay, John and Tim and Evan, it was a pleasure working with you like every day, and I love you all, even Tim, even though you left me on the counter.
Yeah! 5 seconds after I was still on stage.
Hey, I had to pick her up for you, buddy.
All right, juniors.
I'm not going to cry. Just throwing that out there. So when I found out the show was the Drowsy Chaperone, I was more than thrilled because I've seen it both at the Marriott and at the Greenville, and I was ecstatic because I think it's fantastic. It's an awesome show. And I was so excited, and then I saw the cast list and I was even more excited because I recognized a lot of the names that were on there. And then I got even more excited because I didn't recognize half of them. And so that first rehearsal, and more rehearsals, and it just gets better and better and better every time you step into the theater. And I was sitting here last night when everyone else was gone home, and I was just sitting on the stage by myself. That's really and just like look out and just like you can sit here for hours and just think of everything that's happening in this place and how much history is here and how much history is still left to be made. And it just like it blows your mind how many people you meet and how many people you never thought you would get so close to. And I'm sad to see everyone leave who's going because I'm really, really close to them. And, but I look forward with so much excitement because I still get to share more memories with everyone who's staying. And I care about everyone here a lot. And I want everyone to know that I love you all so very much. And I look forward and ahead to making such an optimistic outlook. And I'm so excited for next year. And the thought that I want to leave with is for everyone else who, whether you made the show or not, is that actors aren't small and parts aren't small because everyone together is so much bigger than that. And every one of you is a puzzle piece that fits together perfectly when it's together. And every show is a different puzzle. And every show is a different picture. And each one of you adds a piece. So thanks.
I just want to say that everyone, like, I'm always so amazed by all the actors. And you guys
Who is this kid? Like stories born. I love Andy O'Brien. Moral of the story. He's always been good when I've been down and when I've been happy. He always knew how to take care of me there. Speaking of taking care of me, there's Kenny Smith over here, who we had a lot of good times together. And Kenny also somehow always knew how to deal with me when I was at my worst. And we've always had such great times when I've been at my best too.
guys' nights are, let me tell you, guys' nights are awesome. That, I miss that something the most. And now we have the one person who's going to carry on the Sam legacy here. We got Chris Lewinsky over here, who, for some reason, for better or worse, he has taken after me. I'll let you decide when I'm gone, if it's good or bad. It's for the worst. It's for the worst. Then we got good old Scrogalon. This kid over here. Because I can beat him up a lot. Probably has good many bruises from me and Chris, but... What? Good. Well, you spit in my water, so you Scroggins was always a great guy. I always admire what you do backstage, because you do a lot. I'm surprised Skowski hasn't killed you yet. Let's see. Next, we have my best friend since before I could ever remember. And somehow after enough convincing, I got him to join this crazy place, and we found out that he loved it. Then we got the little blonde boy who freshman year was completely innocent. No one believed me that I could corrupt him, make him my own. We went on adventures together and had a grand old time walking around this place. And then we have one of the most influential teachers of my high school career, and she's always been there for me. And although I've said a lot, I still haven't gotten you fired, Skowski. So I haven't gotten you fired yet. So, no. So you've really been great to me in all my years here. Even though I can never do lights to save my life, but you've always liked me. And lastly, but most definitely not least, we have the one girl who stole my heart when I first met her, and still has it today, Miss Lauren Wright. And so, I gotta flip to the other side. Alright, now, theater has been one of the greatest experiences for me. And a lot of that awesomeness has come from all of you guys. Every single one of you have done something different for me and made this experience really worth it. And I guess I'll leave you just some words of advice is, don't take what you have here for granted. I know that I did for a while, and I regret it, but I realize that these people are always here for you. They will always be here for you. To talk, to listen, to have a good time. These are all the amazing people here. And although this is just the start of all our very long lives, it's a pretty darn good start in my opinion. What we have here is special, and it's a blessing. I thank God every night for it. I was able to do this with all you people and experience everything that we got to do together. And I know I said a lot of hurtful things to a lot of people, and I've been mean and horrible. Let's see, oh, there's Casey over there, there's little Johnny. But in the end, I really do love theater, and I love all of you guys. And high school would not have been the joyous experience it was without all of you. So, thank you.
Okay, so I first realized that it was over when the last show ended and I was with Josh, and we had a really long fun. We started really crying. Not really a cry, but when I started crying, it's like a really weird thing. But when we started crying, I realized that this thing that I really love with is last semester, we were doing this project, draft Chaperone, and stage that, and my second instruction group, I go back to see Kyle, Josh, especially, who went shopping for me, everything was overtime. We spent 12 hours at hanging out, holding hands, and then see all the
This show really it has so much dedication into it because it's a way to show and perfect and everybody on the dedication and they would that's what it is the show. To me without theater, I would be sitting at home 20 minutes surfing Facebook and watching Grey's Anatomy. And I've never had met all beautiful people. Whether you're a techie or an actor, I just want you to know you made this past 3 months a wonderful experience. And I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And to Mr. Drowsy, Mr. Evans, and Mr. Ritter, you guys have inspired me to use career in technical year. And I'm really sad that I don't want to leave here. I want to become super senior. No, I won't.
So, I just want to do shot. That's one of my favorite lines from one of my favorite shows, directed by one of my favorite grades I love students. I don't know where I would be without theater. I joke a lot about how when I'm not here, I'm playing the video game. And all that is true because no question here. Eighth grade, I was in trouble. My freshman year, I didn't go number one. And I didn't do anything. And so, sophomore year, I was going to investigate do theater along with my brother. And so we did theater thing. And even in that show, I didn't really talk to anyone. I'm still like, no girl herself, just waiting on the weekend to hang out with my friends from church. Or do things by myself. And then, you and your year came along. And I got to work with Ms. Sadowski on an academic grad, which was one of the hardest experiences for me. Because I knew absolutely nothing about theater going into that show. And we casted, when I casted, when it was master, Matthew Carpenter for that show was one of the biggest responsibilities for me. And if I'm going to talk about that show, I'd probably be sitting on my butt right now, playing video games in front of my TV, not knowing anything to do, just waiting around for the weekend. So I don't want to think this is actually close, because without her, I probably wouldn't be here right now. But I'm really stuck at home. And without the people here. So, after that show, came my next biggest show was just Gay. And I think I learned not hanging out with Sam Lawrence a lot. And Andy O'Brien with their content album. I mean, it was the funnest song in the show. No one knew what we were doing. Say it's happening. And Miss Ritter, you really, you wanted us to try so hard on trying to get authentic Italian lines. And then I remember one rehearsal, someone off stage said, "The Vatican!" I can't remember if you just started laughing or if you just kept it in your ear. I can't remember, but that moment stuck out in my mind. So that happened. And this year came around, and I was like, well, I'm doing stagecraft, and I'm doing people 1 and people 2 classes. I don't really want to be involved in the show acting-wise. I don't want to be technical. That is we wanted to come along and Sam's show was in dire trouble with Matthew. So I volunteered myself as Rupert and learned part in a couple of weeks. One of my favorite experiences was playing Flores and Oliver and getting Katie to laugh or yell at her. Get Katie to yell at me like Chris pretending there's no gravity. So that show was very special to me because it had some of the best parts of my life, and I really grew attached to a lot of people in that show, mainly Sam and Katie, Chris, and Lauren, and then What to Do About Nothing came out. I was like, well, I just acted in the show I didn't want to act in. I'm going to do Master Party. That didn't happen. So, at that point, I was also working, and Mr. Evans was doing the technical side of that show. And I was working Saturdays, and I had gas bar on Tuesdays, so I was never there. And he told me to slack a lot. And then they needed help acting that show, so I went another show in 2 weeks. And that show was fun because Shakespeare is always hard for me because I read it really fast and don't have to commit it. Which means I say my lines really fast and I have no idea what I'm saying. So that I just needed help with that from like Sam people because they've done shows, a lot of shows, and they helped me realize that. All the time, stagecraft classes, designing the Drowsy Chaperone. And that was just a fun experience because I got to meet Katie a lot more and a lot of other people. And we designed the set, and it took 3 weeks to figure out how we actually wanted the set. Instead of having one big room, or having 2 rooms, or having 4 rooms, or having 4 stories set, flagging down there, there's a bunch of those patterns, slides. So it took that a long time. But the show is probably my favorite show I've ever done. Did every act there. I loved it. The set was amazing. The character that Cass does is probably the character I probably relate to the most ever in my life. Just because I can take the physical things a lot of times, and then nothing happens. But on the inside, it's really something really cool. So I want to thank all of you this show, great experience for you. I want to thank Ms. Ritter for letting me be in the show and designing the show for her. Mr. Evans for helping put together the show and helping me learn things that I have other ways to do things that I learned partly and how to do. I really want to thank Mr. Nelson because he helped me through everything. My career, and I don't think without her I wouldn't be here right now.
Okay, as some of you guys know, last year was my first year here, and I never did was really shy and I didn't have the confidence to go up there even though I've loved singing and I've always wanted to do it before. And I came here last year and my first show was Kissy Kate. And I had a lot of fun and I realized that I really do love theater. And I didn't talk to a lot of people. Like I made friends but not that many because I'm like really shy and awkward and not really good at making new friends. Just kind of mess it up. And like this year I just want to say thanks to Miss Witter for giving me this role because the positive feedback that I've gotten has really given me a lot of confidence and like made me believe that I can do theater again and be good at what I am. And like I want to say thanks to everybody that said I was good because like it means a lot. I think it was just like something really good to me because like I always thought like I was a okay singer, but I never thought that I was okay like in a production like this. And I just really am grateful for the time that I spent here, and I'm so happy. Like I'm sad that I never like thought of doing more like a complete idiot for not having the guts to get up there and do the thing that I wanted to do. But I'm really hopeful for all you juniors and whoever, because I know that you guys are gonna be like awesome. And I think the show really has shown like during late that theater is something that is important and that we have so much talent in this district. And I don't think a lot of people have noticed it, but I've gotten like everybody has like told me, like people that I've never even talked to have come up to me and said how great this show was. And I'm so proud to be a part of it. And I wish that I could have gotten straight to Grace Lake instead of going one because I know I could have like gotten so much closer to you guys and had so many more like great experiences in theater and just been and Chelsea, you're like seriously my sister from another mister. You totally get my sense of humor and we have like an awesome romance. And like seriously without theater I would be at home like Kenny. Like I would totally be at home like hanging out on my couch and like watching movies till I like passed out. And like theater also gives me like a reason for like telling teachers that I'm doing my homework. I love all of you. Like, seriously, like that whole period when we weren't working at anything when I was like dying. Like I just wanted to be here so bad. And like when we finally got into tattoo and I was every day and I was coming to rehearsal, I would literally like run from my last period and like get all my stuff to my locker and like skip to like the theater classroom and just be so happy when I like see everybody at the door and like so like a feeling of giddiness. And like it sounds creepy, but like whenever I see like anybody that's like related to theater in the hallways, like I believe you and I feel like I have a connection with you guys and you guys are like family. And like I'll like look at you and you probably won't be looking at me and I'm just like, oh. Like I love you guys and I just wish I had more time with you and I really look forward to coming back and seeing the shows and seeing you guys grow. Everybody's gonna be awesome and yeah, I enjoy playing mixed and crazy and silent.
Okay. Promise myself I wasn't gonna cry while I'm talking for clarity's sake. Well, to start off, I'm so PO'd at myself that I didn't start this freshman year because like this place is like my home because me and Chelsea we have identical lives at home and like you guys like you're my family and I love every one of you like too much for my own good. We like even if it's like getting hit in the head with a ping pong ball at the cast party, or having a Soul Train dance to Baby Got Back at rehearsal at intermission, it's like the best musical I could ever wish for, and I'm really gonna miss that. And yeah, so well done. Good stuff though.
Okay. I guess I just want to kind of
hammer it home maybe even more for myself than for you guys, how close I came to not doing this musical. Like, before I started my senior year, I was utterly convinced that I was going to do absolutely no theater. And, alright, what the heck, I'll just spill my guts for you guys. Prior to school this year, like the week before school started, I got some really bad news at home. 2 pieces actually. One, that my parents were getting divorced, and 2, that my dad recently had a heart attack. And it really put a big spin on what was going on in my life. I mean, you guys know me. I come to school, I'm happy, I'm bubbly, I'm confident, whatever, but at home that week was a different story. And when school started, I was just like, I need to get away. I mean, my dad's fine, he's home and everything, but he had to stop smoking. And the withdrawal he was going through, it was awful. It was, you'd phrase a sentence the wrong way, and next thing you know, I wasn't talking to my father, who I looked to death for a month. So when I strolled around and I was like, you know what? Even if it's just for this one show, I'm throwing myself at the theater. And memory came along and I got that confidence back, you know how it is. Next thing I know, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll think about it if I like the next show. Really? Miracle? Christmas show before Thanksgiving? Are you kidding me? I wasn't planning on it. And then like a week before auditions, I was like, that Tim Sophie guy's kind of cute. And he's Miracle, good time, not a lot of people. Then, Drowsy, like a lot of us, didn't have a clue what was going on. Exactly. I was like, okay, really, come on now. Not gonna happen. And then it hit me, again, like a week before audition. I'm not gonna get to hit on any of my theater boys anymore. And so then, hold up the Drowsy bus, I'm gonna jump on that. Really, I just want to say that you guys, whether it be when we're here at rehearsal or outside just at Central, whenever I see you guys, whatever, you guys, in all honesty, have made my dreams come true. Like, not even coming into this year, what am I talking about? I grew up watching Indian movies, where 2 things happened. 2 things that I had always wanted to do in my life, but I had completely told myself was never going to happen. 1, I always wanted to choreograph a dancing performance for a bunch of my friends. And 2, I wanted to be serenaded by a man. Somehow, both those things happened this year, thanks to a lot of people in this room. So really, I just want to thank you all so much. And I know, it's circle time, so it's an emotional ride, it's a sad time, but I don't think it should be that sad. I mean, cry if you want to, let it all out, and I'm gonna miss you guys, but in reality, I guess I always look at it like, you know what, I'm taking a little bit of every person in this room with me, wherever I go. And I really hope that if you guys took anything away from me, you took a little bit of my confidence, because in all honesty, I've probably got too much for my own good. So, sprinkle a little bit around, and next senior.
Today, I was walking in the hallway at school, and I realized that I said hi to so many people that I had no idea who you guys were, and you didn't know who I was either 4 months ago, and it really hit me how many friends I made, and I'm always in cheerleading and pom and soccer, and it was the same thing every year, and I knew that I wasn't going to do soccer this year, so I just randomly decided to do the musical, and I don't regret it for 1 second. And there were moments where I was really scared because I didn't have any friends. I didn't know anybody. I knew 3 of you prior to this, and you guys were so welcoming. Allie and Kaylee and Chelsea and David. I probably should have ran away from you, but you always
came up and talked to me. If you noticed that I looked lonely or I was sitting by myself, and I'm just really glad that I did the show and I was able to meet people like you who really welcomed me and you didn't let me feel alone. And I don't know, and I also want to say thank you to Ms. Ritter because you have been awesome. I have no idea how you do it or how you put up with that. And I literally feel bad for everybody who doesn't get to have you as a teacher or who doesn't get involved with theater because you're like one of the best teachers I've ever had. And overall, I just want to say, word of advice as a senior, don't ever be afraid to step out of the box and try something new because I'm really glad that I did. Thank you.
Read Solby.
Oh, you're right. Good call.
Oh, you just
Okay. This is from Solby Ang. She's a clarinet player and who's done it all 4 years. Okay. When I was first asked to play in Pitt for Beauty and the Beast, I had no idea what I'd signed up for. I didn't know I'd end up sacrificing so much. Sleep, GPA, and really just overall well-being. And I certainly didn't think I'd be saying that today, in the end, it was all worth it and more. I feel incredibly grateful that I've had an opportunity to be a part of something that means so much to so many people. Drowsy was an awesome show, and I want to thank everyone for making the last show of my high school career absolutely amazing. Congratulations to all of you, cast and crew, and of course, the Pitt kids. You have no idea how much I'll miss you. Love, Solby, and then in parentheses, the short Asian clarinet player.
So I'm Ariel, and this was my first year doing theater. It was a great decision. So I've always seen these musicals from the audience's point of view, and it was always one of those things where you come out at your last number and it's the biggest thing, and you always watch from the audience, and it's one of those moments when you're watching that you just want to be a part of something that big, something that close with each other. So I decided, since I joined theater, why not be a part of the musical in some way. I was really afraid because it was this whole central and north thing, and I felt like everybody else had already bonded, and I'd be a little left out or something. But then I got here, and everybody was so welcoming, and then I realized it was just because everybody here is nuts. No, like really just something wrong with all of you. But I decided to do tech, because I wanted to be a part of this really badly, and so, gosh, one day everybody kept coming up to me and being like, congrats, you're on paint, you're paint crew head. What? Thanks, Sadowski. I had no idea because I didn't apply. Gosh, it was stressful. But I'm not as upset as I was before that you can be insecure. It was a good experience. I learned a lot, and I'm really glad that I did it. Even through all the stress, making this musical, making it possible, like everybody here, being a part of something this big, something that I couldn't even hope to be on my own, was an amazing experience, and joining theater was the best decision I've ever made.
Okay, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Allison. People call me Allie though. I think Miss Ritter wrote this in her note in the program that the show had that like notion and that whole idea of escapism. And when I started looking for colleges and I found my college and I was looking through like the book that they send you, and there's this quote, and it's from a choreographer, and it says that art is the only way to run away without leaving home. And that kind of hit me, and I was like, wow, that's really how I feel about theater. Because my freshman year, my parents got divorced, and The only show I did my freshman year was Beauty and the Beast, and it was so difficult being at home. I know Jess can attest to this. And I just hated being at home. So I stayed for copious amounts of time when I did not need to be here. Like, I had nothing to do, so I'd just sit and I would watch rehearsals. And then sophomore year, I was really when I came in to find out who I was, and when that was really difficult, when I was finding out what I really liked to do and what I really didn't like to do. I was doing shows, and I don't know if it's because I was in theater or because this was happening and I was in theater, but shows have always coincided with a really big thing in my life. Last year, I just was trying to do everything, literally everything, and Ms. Ritter gave me the opportunity to do that, and by the end of it, I was so glad that I had the opportunity to do both, tennis and the show, Anatomy of Grey, because so many people don't get that opportunity, and I was so grateful that you gave it to me. And then this year, at the beginning of the year, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and before you go worrying, he's fine now, but that was so earth-shattering to me because I wanted to do, like, I'd already decided what shows I was going to do this year. I was like, okay, the fall I'm going to do tennis, then I'll do the shows for the rest of the year, and then that happened, and I was like, oh, so maybe I'll just pick one of those things. I didn't want to have to pick, and I didn't have to, because theater is an art in general for kids, you know, that do music and kids that like to draw and things. Art really is that way to run away from home without having to leave it. Because like so much of my high school experience was really, really difficult. And I always make fun of people who cry in circles. My high school experience was really rough and with like personal things, and so coming here and being able to run away from all of that was it was really, really nice. And I'm so happy that I did it. And I'm not sad. Like, I don't know why I'm crying. Because yes, it's over, but I think your senior year musical is really like that, okay, I'm done running away now. I have to face reality again. Because theater, for all of us, is kind of how we get through parts of school, parts of life that are just so overwhelming that you have to do this, you feel compelled to do it. And so now that it's over, it's really time to go back and face everything else that's waiting. And all of those things are going to be great. And going off to college, you're going to make new friends, you're going to meet new people, but the wonderful thing about this theater program is that all of these words that we've spoken today have been said before by people who have been sitting in this very same circle, expressing the same sentiments, and they'll be said again and again and again, because no matter what's happening, kids like us are always going to want to escape something. They're going to want to run away, and they're going to want to find people that let them do that. And I think that's the beauty of art, and that's the beauty of what we have here.
Well, I have seen a couple plays my freshman, sophomore year, and then at my old school I really liked it. and I was like surprised knowing that it wasn't like a bunch of like teachers or a bunch of like, I was surprised like knowing that it was just high school students that were a part of it and that like that were acting on stage and how like they were so professional, and I thought it was really like cool and I liked it and I wanted to be a part of it. And then I moved here and I really wanted to do like one act or like Kiss Me Kate or something last year, but I was really discouraged, so I didn't do it. But then this year I was like, you know what, whatever, it's senior year, I have to do it. So I pushed myself and I joined theater, and I was in Miss Sadowski's Theater 2 class last year, and she's really inspiring, and I'm really glad I took that class because I met Andy and Rosina and John and Catherine and a bunch of other people in that class, and I like just in that class I felt like we were so close. So I was like, if there's like something bigger, like if we're working on an actual like musical and there's like kids from other schools that are helping us, I was like it's gonna be something like really big in my life that I'm not gonna forget. So I like really wanted to be a part of it, and so thankfully I pushed myself and I joined this production. I didn't know what it was, and I thought it was gonna be kind of like lame, honestly, and I didn't really want to do it. But then I was talking to Catherine, and she told me what like the whole plot of the whole play was and all that, and I thought it was kind of cool. And I've seen this play like so many times, like from rehearsals and like the actual like shows, and it never got old because everybody, all the cast is so talented. I was like in shock. Because like I've seen Jacob around school, I've seen like a couple people from like the play like around school, so I'm just like, oh, okay, he goes to my school, they go to my school, whatever. But then when I saw them on stage, I was like my jaw was to the ground because I didn't like think they'd be that talented. And then like everyone that's on crew worked so hard, and like I'm just seeing the set. Like my parents came in and they saw the set and they were like, you guys did that, like all of it? And we were like, I was like, yeah, we did. And like I know like so many people that came to watch the play multiple times because they liked it so much, and just seeing like the standing ovation, it made me really proud to say like, oh yeah, I helped do that. So I want to thank everyone for this opportunity.
Okay, so I have my bullet points that I have to make sure I get out, because this is the speech that I've watched for 4 years. I've watched seniors give it, and now when it's my turn, I was sitting in statistics class with a piece of blank paper in front of me, and I was like, what the bleep am I gonna say? And circle time has changed for me. When I was a freshman, I was close to maybe 1 or 2 seniors, you know, and I sat there in the circle and people are crying and tears are flying, and I'm like, I feel like I should be crying, but I'm not. And I didn't understand as much as I did because that was my first show, and I didn't understand what it meant when all these people were leaving. And then my sophomore year, I cried a little more because people like Katie Kennedy and Abby Hackbert and Kelsey Nelson were all leaving. And they were all people I was really close to. And then junior year, I was a bawling idiot because Megan Webster, Alyssa Klein, Jeff Wright, all those people were suddenly gone and leaving my life. And most of those names, a lot of you guys don't know. Like, I could say names like Dinah Fisher and Andrew Eklund, and very few people in this circle will have ever met them. And that's something that astounds me because in a couple years, new incoming freshmen aren't gonna know who Sam Lawrence is. You know, in a couple years, people won't know who Jacob Shrimp and Pauline Mall are, and all of a sudden you realize that everyone moves on, and all of a sudden there's new sets of people doing the exact same things that you have been doing, and it just comes crashing down around you that this space has been here for years and years, and you look outside and you see the posters on the wall, and you're like, oh look, Sound of Music. When did they do that? And that's just something that I can't even express in words. When I was a freshman, Allie knows this, but when I was a freshman, I never wore my hair out of a ponytail for the first 6 months because I was really, really insecure. I didn't think I was pretty. I didn't think I was talented. I didn't have much confidence. I hated middle school a lot. And all of that changed when I finally got to do my freshman musical. That was when I really found who I could be and what I wanted to be. And the theater has always been that place that has allowed me to change and to feel pretty and to feel like I can do something and to feel accomplished. And all of a sudden now, this year, I really feel confident and like that I've helped create something better for other people as well as myself. I was talking to my brother a couple days ago about, future and college and stuff. And he was like, so how are you feeling about your major? And I'm like, I don't know. They don't really applaud you for telling the weather, do they? And because when I was on stage, after one night, I was feeling a little down after Act 1, just it wasn't our top-notch performance. And all of a sudden we finished Toledo, and that just a round of applause and cheers, and I just sat there and soaked it up because I knew that they were cheering for something that we'd worked so hard on. And there's nothing like the sound of applause. Because it's not an applause for you, and it's not an applause for something you've done. It's an applause for something as a whole, as a group, as a connection. And I guess the one bit of advice that I really want to give to you guys is to care. Care about your lines, care about your blocking, care about the set, care about your grades, care about your teachers, care about your friends. Because I know there's days where none of us wants to do work and we just feel like goofing around. But in the end, if you don't care about what you're doing, then what's the point in doing it? And I know that of all things, I care about this place, and I care about the people that I've been with. And then for the people kind of thing, I have to add my little shout-outs. And this isn't saying goodbye, this is just people that have really touched my life. Sam Lawrence, we had a good summer. So I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that we had a good time, really getting close, from being my first kiss to one of my really close friends to...
Whoa!
Anyway, I'm sorry, Lauren. I'm happy for you too, by the way. But to people like Amanda Platt and Scroggins, that, all of a sudden these people that have entered my life during Anatomy of Grey, really, and, Maggie, that's just, you're fabulous, and your incredibly expressive eyebrows. And Scroggins, who I really feel like I've kind of gotten to know you a lot better this year, and I feel like, when we walk in the hallways together, it's something that means a lot. And Pauline and Evan for being in my show, and Katie and Ariel. Like, that show meant a lot to me. Because it was my chance to really, to feel like I made a difference in helping someone else figure out what the stage meant to me. And thank you guys for making my show an incredible memory for me. And Amy and Josh and Haley, I didn't know any of you guys really well until this year. And Amy, I used to look at you and go, oh, that's Katie Kennedy's sister. And I don't even see Katie anymore when I look at you. Because all I see is you. Because I really feel like you're an incredible person. And I'm really happy that I got to share what we had with you. And that's a really important feeling for me. And room 124, because those things we said at 3 in the morning are just indescribable. And Katie and Ellie and Jacob, going from Peter Pan with you to now, it just means an awful lot to me. And finally, Miss Ritter and Miss Sadowski, you guys have really been role models for me, but especially Miss Ritter, because you've been there since my freshman year when I was in Beauty and the Beast, and then even when I was on debate team. And there was one moment in Anatomy of Grey, which was my very first straight show, by the way. But there was one moment in Anatomy of Grey where I had an awful day, and you pulled me aside and you said, "Are you doing okay?" And the fact that you noticed that that I didn't feel good, or that I was having a rough day, the fact that you took the time to notice that, really, it makes a whole lot of difference to me, because you've given me so much confidence and courage and taught me so much about how to present myself and become a better actress and a better person. And I can't say how much that means to me. There's a point where everyone freaks out at the beginning of the show, or at the end of the show, because we think that it's never going to turn out right, and every week I get in the car, my stepdad goes, "How are you?" And I'm like, "I'm crap, thank you." Because I feel like, everything's going to fall apart, but somehow that opening night somehow miraculously is pulled together, and I don't know how it happens, because it just does. But I've never had a show that I wasn't proud of, and I've never had a cast that I didn't want to be a part of, and I know it feels like I'm moving on, and I think I'm ready, to go out and face something new. But I tell you what, I cannot wait to be here in the audience next year to see what you guys can do, because I know that next year and the year after is just going to be just as good. And I can't wait to just sit here and finally be a part of the audience again, and to see, what I've used to be a part of and still am and will always be. That's it.
I'm going to go first with these also because I'm a freshman. But it is after 6, so if anybody needs to leave, we understand. We don't want angry parents even at this point.
We want to keep you around.
Yes. We'd like you all to come back. So if you need to go, we understand.
I'm not leaving, don't worry.
First, I want to apologize to Jacob. Never watched the season. Couldn't do it. But I've been doing theater for 20 years now. You guys talk about relationships and how they're going to last forever. I was doing theater in high school when I met my wife. So, these relationships, holy crap. These people you know now, you may really never talk to again. Others you may be friends with as long as you live. This empty stage, though, what we have right now, is why I do theater. And strike, for some people, is sad. I love strike because what we've done for the last 3 months is a process where we created something that will never be seen again in the world. You guys created something. Everybody who's ever played baseball has played on basically the same field. What you guys did here, no one else will ever do. And this room, just in the time I've been here, it's been a game show, it's been a New York apartment, it's been a mansion, it's been a Chicago apartment, it's been Santa's house, it's been a freaking airplane. Nothing else gives you the opportunity to do that. And then at the end, 26 hours ago you had an audience in here, and now it's ready for whatever is next, the next creation. So, look at the bare stage and don't just think about what you have done, but everything this space is going to be for you at some point in your life, and everything it has been. Because, like Ali said, you can escape without going anywhere, and you create that world. And in theater, even more so than just music or just art, we take all of it, we put it together, and we create entire worlds in a space that's 20 feet by 40 feet. You can't do that anywhere else. So enjoy it.
Kind of with the juniors, fell into Peter Pan. Anyway, so this whole show, Miss Ritter is like, I want reality versus fantasy. And she gave us a list of words of reality versus fantasy. And can I tell you, this whole show, this whole process for me has been my struggle with my reality and actually starting creating the fantasy. It all started off with stagecraft, where